Wahgwaan FPL. Yes, sir, there, you know. It's wildcard season, you don't know. Yes, sir, there. I have a nice wildcard squad lined up for y'all. I got defenders here I could put in your squad. I got midfielders, I got strikers, I got goalkeeper. You don't know. Yes, sir, there, you know. I do a matchup video where I do the prediction on players that y'all should start. When that's done, I do a wrap-up video of the outcome and what the result is. You don't know. Yes, sir, there, you know. So let's get to all the defenders of the players that we should have in our squad for this wild card right there. You could see that we got a defender right there for Manchester United right there, Dogu. Right there. The next one they come back, they go against Manchester City, they go against Arsenal, then they go against Fulham. Might not be good to get that Manchester United defender right there, but he's a top-class defender right there. He's a top-class defender for that squad if you want to take that chance. But let's look at the Arsenal. When Arsenal come back, they go against Nottingham Forest, and they go against Manchester United, and they go against Leeds. You could see that Arsenal got two top-class defenders right there. And that schedule right there is a nice schedule. So if you want to get those two Arsenal defenders right there and put in your squad, that would be a great job right there to get that defenders points right there. Because that's look right there like an easier schedule right there for Arsenal. But now, let's look at that Chelsea defender right there. Chelsea's going against Brentford, Crystal Palace, and West Ham right there. So that's looking good for Chelsea right there. Reece James is a top-class defender for them. He's a 5-star general right there. That might be a good defender right there. You could get Gabriel Timber and Reece James in your squad. But now let's look at the Manchester City now. Look at O'Reilly right there. They're going against Manchester United, Wolves, and Tottenham. That might be another good defender right there. We could go ahead and put in our squad right there from a Manchester City right there. So you could have 4 defenders right there. Then you could get Collins right there. Collins is a top-class defender right there. He's a 2-star general, but he's playing very well. They're going against Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa. So, you know, like I said right there, if you don't want to get that Manchester United defender in your squad right there, you could get the 2 Arsenal defender, the Chelsea, the Manchester City right there, and the Brentford defender right there. That could be a good squad right there lined up for you. I know there's some conflict where the defender Chelsea, Reece James, is going against Collins, but you could always bench those 2 at that point and start the 3 defender right there. O'Reilly, Gabriel, and Timber in your back line. You never know. You could switch it up like that. But like I said, those are the defenders that we got for you right there. We're going to talk about the midfielders we could have in our wildcard squad. Now, let's look at the midfielder I got for y'all. We got Alisson right there from Leeds. When Leeds come back, Alisson come back for Leeds right there, he's going to go against Fulham, Everton, and Arsenal. Might be a tough thing right there, but it's a midfielder that we're picking up right there. They're going against Fulham. Fulham is a tough squad to go against. Everton might be shaky, and then you're going against Arsenal, not a tough one. But he's a midfielder, so we might get some points from him. You could see that he got a lot of stars right there if we want to go in and pick up that midfielder. His price is only 5.4. Now, we got a midfielder right there that's very expensive, 10.2 right there, Saka. But like I said, when you got Gabriel and Timber, you got Saka in your team, that's a good schedule right there because Arsenal is going against Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, and Leeds right there. So that definitely you're going to get some points out of that. No, we got Shade right there for Brentford right there. He's the midfielder, another midfielder right there. His price is 7.1. They're going against Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa. You know Chelsea sometimes is an iffy side. Nottingham Forest, definitely you might get some points out of that. And Aston Villa, that's a hard side. So you got 2 games right there. You could definitely get some points out of for Shade. The boy's been doing well for a star with the All-Star. You could see that. No, we got Wilson right there for Fulham. He's another midfielder right there, general. You could see with all that stars right there. His price is 5.9. When they come back after that break right there in game 22, they go against Leeds, Brighton 10, and they go against Manchester United. Those games right there for Fulham with Wilson right there definitely get some points right there. So you might definitely want to pick him up in your squad right there. His price is 5.9. And we got Semien right there. He's playing for Manchester City right now. I just don't got that Manchester City jersey for him right there. But he's playing for Manchester City right there. He's a general right there. Now you can see all those stars that he got right there. Price is 7.6. When the Manchester City come back, you go against Manchester United, Wolves, and Tottenham. So that might be some great midfielders right there you want to put in your squad. You got Alisson, you got Saka, you got Shade, you got Wilson, and you got Semien. But I got some more midfielders you got to look at. So let's talk about some more midfielders now. We got some more midfielders to talk about. You could see that I only gave y'all like 6 defenders right there because there's only 6 top-class defenders y'all need to have in your side for the wild score. But for the midfielder right now, man, the midfielder got a lot of players that's playing well, so it's very hard to choose. But we're going to talk about these midfielders. You could see that Arsenal got another one on the list, man. Arsenal got like 4 players on the list right there. 2 defenders and 2 midfielders right there. So it's tough which one y'all want to put in your side because we only need 3. So make the best 3 win. But for Arsenal, they got Declan Rice right there. Like I said, Arsenal's going against Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, and Leeds. So that's like an easy schedule for Arsenal right there. Definitely pick up some points. So it's definitely, if you want to look, I got 4 Arsenal right there. Make the best 3 wins. So go ahead and choose the Arsenal player you want to stick in your squad. But now let's look at Bruno for Newcastle right there. Bruno for Newcastle, when they come back, they go against Wolves. They go against Aston Villa and Leeds. That's a good thing right there for Newcastle. Cause you know, Wolves, maybe the Wolves is finding it right now, but I think Newcastle should be able to take them. Aston Villa is going to be a tough one. Liverpool is iffy, but depends on who. But like I said, you're picking up a midfielder right there. Bruno's be a good one to put in your squad. But now let's look at Manchester United. Manchester United got another one right there, Ferdinand. He's going against Manchester City, Arsenal, and Fulham. That's a tough squad right there. But it's Fernandez. He always could pull off something and get some points. So you might want to put him in your squad if you want to. But let's look at Chelsea now. Chelsea got Neto right there. Like I said, Neto is the general too, man, with all those stars right there. They're going against Brentford, Crystal Palace, and West Ham right there. So you might want to put those two Chelsea players in your squad, Reece James and Neto, because that's an easy schedule right there for Chelsea. But let's get into the next players that we should have in our squad for this wild card right here. Let's look at the strikers now. For strikers now, we have Haaland. Haaland right there. We all know Haaland's the general. Like I said, Manchester City, when they come back, they're going against Manchester United, Wolves, and Tottenham. That's a very easy schedule for them. You know Haaland could definitely come off with some goal. Everybody have him in their squad right there. But his price is high if you want to get him now. But we also got Rahul right there. Rahul for Fulham right there. He's the general to the striker. He's performing. They go against Leeds, Brighton, and Manchester United. That might be an easy schedule right there for Fulham. Because you know Fulham is playing very well right there. Now we got Brentford right there. We got Thiago's going against Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa right there. Brentford right there, that Thiago boy is playing very well, man. They're in 5th place right there, the general right there. So that might be another easy schedule right there. Like I said, when I talk about Bruno, you also got Voltemade right there. So that's 2 Newcastle players right there. But like I said, we're picking up the forwards. We're picking up the midfielder. It might be good for a squad. Newcastle is going against Wolves, Aston Villa, and Liverpool right there. Definitely Newcastle should get some points right there. And now look at that, Calvert-Lewin. He didn't find his feet right there over Everton, but at Leeds, he's doing his thing at Leeds. Leeds, when they come back, they're going against Fulham, Everton, and Arsenal right there. So you're definitely right there. If you want to make a team, man, here are the strikers that you should have for your squad. You could, if you want to say, I can't get Haaland, I want to take a chance and drop Haaland. You still got strikers right there you could put in your team. You could have Thiago, Voltemade, or Dominic. Or you could have Thiago, Calvert-Lewin right there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Rahul right there in your squad if you want to use your wild card now to make a good side. But like I said, man, we're going to talk about these goalkeepers. For the goalkeepers right there, we got Donnarumma right there for Manchester City. That's 4 Manchester City players we have right there. We have that. So you know it's going to be too much for your wild card team because we have a defender. We got a midfielder right there. We got a forward right there. And you got a goalkeeper. That's 4 too much. So make the best 3 win you want to put in your squad. We have Raya right there. That's 5 for Arsenal. So it's, if you don't want to pick the goalkeeper up right there, you could drop that goalkeeper and have the 2 midfielder right there for Arsenal. It's up to you or you want to make your squad, but I'm just presenting it for y'all for the goalkeeper right there. You could see for Chelsea right there, they got their big goalkeeper right there that's doing his thing right there. So it's definitely, man, Chelsea got their squad, man. Arsenal got their squad, so you could see the top class goalkeepers right there is Manchester City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. So think about how y'all want to make your squad. Let's go back and look at these teams that we have right here that we should start. So now, let's take a run back through all the players that we should have in our wildcard team. We got Manchester United right there, Dogu right there. We got the 2 Arsenal defenders right there, Gabriel and Timber. We got Reece James right there from Arsenal. We got O'Reilly from Manchester City, and we got Collins from Brentford. Those are the defenders that we should have in our squad. The midfielders right now, we got Harrison, we got Saka, we got Shade, we got Wilson, and we got Simeon from Manchester City. Harrison is from Leeds. Arsenal is Saka right there. Brentford, we got Shade right there. Fulham, we got Wilson. And you done know Simeon just moved to Manchester City. I'm very happy right there. Great look for him. Let's see how he performs. Here we got some more midfielders. We got Declan Rice. We got Bruno's. We got Fernandez. We got Neto right there. So you could see that we got some more midfielders in the list. So let's look at the strikers again. For the strikers, we got Manchester City, Ireland. We got Raúl from Fulham. We got Thiago from Brentford. We got Voltemade from Newcastle. And we got Dominic from Leeds. So those are right there are the forwards that we should have in our squad. Those are 5 forward. We only need 3. So let's make the best 3 win. And let's look at the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers, we got 3 top class goalkeepers. We only need 2. And that's right there was the wild card. You don't know. Yes, right there, you know, people. Big up on yourself, man. Thank you for watching. You don't know it's Wahgwaan FPL. Yeah, it's wild card season. And yes, right there. We have the matchup. You don't know where I come for week 22. The prediction. And after that, it's going to be the result. The wrap up. Yeah, man.